We are back with more news, and we're going to start it off with the announcement of the New Japan Cup. As Kenta, Chase Owens, Jeff Cobb, Will Ospreay, Hiroki Goto, Never Openweight Champion Tama Tonga, Great Okan, and Zack Sabre Jr., the New Japan World Television Champion, all received buys in the tournament. And then the brackets break down like this: as Sanada and Taichi and Tetsuya Naito and El Phantasmo will fight on March 5th at the 51st anniversary show. Evil, Ren Narita, Toru Yano, Mark Davis. Evil versus Ren Narita, Toru Yano versus Mark Davis, David Finlay and Tomohiro Ishii. Shota Umino and Yujiro Takahashi on March 6th. Yoshihashi and Kyle Fletcher will collide. Shingo Takagi and Aaron Henare will wrap up round one. They will wrap up round one as a stacked tournament, in my opinion, is set up for New Japan, with round two starting on March 11th, as the winner of Sanada versus Taichi versus Kenta, the winner of Tetsuya Naito versus El Phantasmo will fight Chase Owens in round two. Yoshihashi and Kyle Fletcher, the winner of that will fight Hiroki Goto. Shingo Takagi and the winner of Shingo Takagi versus Aaron Hanar will fight Tama Tonga, and the winner of Toru Yano versus Mark Davis will fight Will Ospreay. The winner of Ren Narita versus Evil will fight Jeff Cobb. The winner of Tomohiro Ishii and David Finlay will fight Great Okan. And the winner of Shota Umino and Yujiro Takahashi will fight the TV champ, Zack Sabre Jr. The round two will start on March 11th and run to March 15th. The quarterfinals will be held on Friday, March 17th and Saturday, March 18th, with the semifinals set for March 19th, and the tournament finals will take place on Tuesday, March 21st. And then it shows a picture of the brackets. This report comes from Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer. And then we slide over to an interview with Superstar Crossover on an episode of Superstar Crossover with Z100's Josh Martinez. The guest was WWE manager and former WWE superstar MVP. And MVP talked about how, he was asked about the Hurt Business and wondered, and this is a direct quote from a Fightful excerpt of the interview: Vince makes decisions that's way above my pay grade. It was a decision that he made. Why he chose to do it, I have no idea. But it was his choice. He's the boss. Well, at the time, he was the boss. And that's just how things go. We were all scratching our heads, but at the end of the day, I'm doing my best to try and get the team back together in talking about getting the Hurt Business back together. And I know there's a lot of people that are questioning if the Street Profits should join MVP and Bobby Lashley and not just reform the old stable with Cedric, Shelton, and Lashley, and that it should go Shelton, Cedric, Lashley, the Street Profits, Bobby Lashley. I said Lashley twice, but I just wanted to make a point that Lashley needs to be in it. But, I mean, I think also if the Street Profits get back together, then that gives Bobby Lashley an advantage when it comes to fighting Brock Lesnar, because it would give Bobby Lashley the opportunity to have the numbers game to distract Brock Lesnar enough to get the victory against the Beast Incarnate. And also, I don't want to say that Elimination Chamber is being discounted or should be discounted as a lesser show. But when you compare it to WrestleMania, it's not as big a show, number one. But WWE is doing everything in their power, specifically Triple H, to make Elimination Chamber a bigger deal this year than it ever has been, in my opinion. But I completely agree with, MVP. It is extremely questionable. It was extremely questionable at the time, and it still is, in my opinion. The question to split up the decision that was made to split up the Hurt Business, because the Hurt Business was benefiting everyone. It benefited everyone. It benefited Bobby, it benefited MVP, it benefited Cedric, Shelton, it benefited everyone. There was no reason why the company should have broken up the stable, and it's questionable why they chose to in the first place. I understand Lashley was a heel. Lashley turned. Lashley didn't feel like he needed the help anymore, or was mad at, or maybe he was just mad at Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. But it doesn't add up. You know what I mean? It doesn't add up why they chose to break up the Hurt Business if all Lashley was a little peeved. You know what I mean? So it's just, I think, a good decision, and it would be it's been clearly something that WWE has been building up, because the last couple of weeks you've seen Shelton Benjamin backstage with MVP, and Cedric Alexander was there. There's been rumors, again, like I said, there's been rumors of the Street Profits joining him. I don't know if that would mean that the Street Profits would turn heel and join MVP. I don't know how that would work, having two tag teams in the stable. I think what the more interesting idea would be is if you went with the Street Profits as the tag team, you have Shelton and Cedric not join the faction, and you still have them come together, but you have it where Shelton and Cedric are basically the baby faces and defeat the Hurt Business, or go up against the Hurt Business. But bigger picture, smaller picture, I don't know. I think giving Shelton and Cedric and Lashley alongside MVP and likely Omos the proper run as a faction that they should have gotten the first two times they were together, it will be what's best for business. And as far as the WWE 2K23 news, I think it would be best for me to give WWE 2K23 its own video so we can properly dissect and break down the official roster of WWE 2K23. So that's what we're going to do as we wrap up this news video and the news for the day, as it has been a slow news day, in my opinion. But with that being said, I will see you in the next video.